Hello there, it's James. I just wanted to let you know if you are new to the podcast, this probably isn't the best episode to jump in on. But if you've been around for a while, you might enjoy this one. We are going to go through some listener mail and react to that, along with just telling some stories and hanging out in voice chat. So if you are new, I would suggest hopping to one of the other lore episodes. But either way, enjoy mailbag number 4.
Too bad, we're starting. Hello, and welcome to the Lore Boys 300th episode mailbag? Is that why we're doing this?
We could call it that. We're not quite at the
Let's call it
300
that.
mark. No.
Well, we don't know when this is coming out, so we'll say that it might come out around that time, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. You guys are... Okay. I didn't think you guys had time to record another one this week. Let's
I
do
can
it.
record tomorrow. I can record tomorrow with you. You want to record tomorrow?
Let's go.
Do
Oh,
it.
welcome to the 300th.
I don't know
We
why
did
we
it.
said we couldn't do Sunday, but somebody said maybe,
I
I thought the barbecue was on Sunday.
My dad is coming tomorrow.
Oh, that's the reason.
But he's not staying all day. He's gonna come here, teach me how to change my oil, and we're gonna drink, and then
Okay.
we can do
Oh, no biggie, though.
podcast a Rooney.
I'm just thinking, this is...
You're gonna change
this...
How are you gonna change your oil with
Guy,
your dad?
okay. Ethan, this is 5 months ago for the listeners. This is not interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's move on.
Yeah, exactly. They're listening to this now that I've had multiple posts on Instagram of my severe oil burns. Right?
We have some real car heads in the chat who I really want to flame Peter when he describes how he's going to change his oil with his dad, because
Okay.
are you just gonna do it like parked on the side of the like on a street in Montreal? Like what's your plan?
No, I'm gonna do it in the parking lot for the optometrist.
Okay,
There's a parking lot behind me.
he's
I don't
bringing
have
an
a
oil pan. What's he doing with the oil when he's done with it? He's just putting it in the back of his sedan.
He must know how to.
He doesn't have a pickup.
No, he'll put it in the back of that Swedish car in his Volvo Bertone. I'm sure.
It's an insane thing to say and or do.
Look, I didn't ask him what he's gonna do with it. I was just like, look, the garages near me are closed on weekends, and I'm not gonna take like hours off work to go get my oil changed. I'm like at 10,000 kilometers past the checkup, right? And I have a very young car.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, can you show me how to change my oil? He's like, yep. What kind of car do you have? How big's the engine? Sure. Go check the manual to see what oil you need to buy and buy a new filter. So he did not seem
5W20, right? Did you buy? How did you find
You know
your filter?
what? They call people who walk pedestrians, but I think I want to call Peter, since his car is so young, a pedestrian. But
A pedestrian?
yeah. Or how's that work for cars? Is it a different word?
Yeah, Peter really loves that though. He loves the walking, you know. So like it's probably like philiac, like probably philo, something like that. So probably like
Philiac,
some
okay.
combination of like pedestrian and then also
Yeah.
like philiac. Probably some combination thereof.
Pedestrian philiac. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
what are we doing?
We're here to read some emails. Obviously, I am 1 gin and tonic and 3 strong beers deep already, so already off the rails. But we're doing good. We're having fun, and we're going to start off with an email from Drake, last name withheld. The subject line is War of the Spark Hero Factory lore. Now, apparently, I responded to this email back in December of last year, and last year being
that's the day my mom died.
oh good.
Let's bring that to the comedy podcast.
Yeah, good. You want to
Okay.
expand on that or?
It was December 19th. So I remember usually on that day.
Remember the 19th of December.
Yeah, usually on that day, me and my brother will like go out to Hurley's downtown or do something nice. So I was probably downtown having a few drinks whenever this.
Well, I was doing the work answering emails here.
Yeah, exactly.
So Drake says, "Hello, Boys of Lore. I have been a longtime listener of your show, and I have to say your podcast is my second favorite, if not my favorite. We'll call it your favorite now. You've had 6 months to come around.
Yep.
I particularly like your Magic the Gathering episodes, as I play pretty regularly. I was wondering if you could cover War of the Spark, the culmination of Nicol Bolas's machinations that ends in spoilers. Or Hero Factory, a Bionicle adjacent series featuring a cast of artificially created superheroes. Whatever you cover, I will continue listening to anything you put out, because that's how capitalism Keep up the good job and don't ever stop being yourself. Side note, I hope Jamie can read this, presuming he has his glasses by now.
Hey, he did.
Not then. I got them in the February, but
Yeah, so
No, you got them in March because I remember being like, you can break them on St. Patrick's Day.
I ordered them in February. Okay.
this is sincerely Dragon Lord, who is in the Discord. I did reply, "Hey Dragon Lord, thanks for the inspiring words. We definitely have plans to cover War of the Spark as soon as I finish planning it out. Haven't done that yet." And then I said, "Jamie still does not have his glasses, so we're covered there."
You want to know how much you guys apparently got under my skin? Last night I was having an argument in my head with no one that because about losing my glasses. I've only owned one pair my entire life. I've never even lost any glasses, which I know I'm setting myself up just to lose.
Yeah,
them now.
well, I'll get you good and drunk at my birthday next weekend, and we'll just see if you hold on to those. I will say, I was talking to my mom just earlier this week, and she's like, "Does Jamie know he left a T-shirt here? Because I guess you strip the bed whenever you're done, and you just you had rolled up a T-shirt in your stripped bed."
Oh, I guess not.
So
Okay.
my mom, when she throws the laundry into the washing machine after the party next week, she's gonna be like, "Well, here's Jamie's glasses, I guess."
Just a twisted frames, no lenses. Right?
Yeah, but they're really good. I've twisted them up so bad, and they just pop back into place. They're a little wonky. Yeah, they're a little wonky, but they're not too worse for wear.
So thanks, Dragon Lord, for the email. Great to hear from you. I am still planning on doing War of the Spark someday. I am vibing with 40k right now. I said on the Patreon bonus content, check out the link to our Patreon if you guys want to hear that content about Pathfinder recently. So I might do a few episodes on that between now and Magic, but I'll definitely always go back to Magic. And my plan for the next arc is War of the Spark into Phyrexian Invasion, probably.
All right.
All right, who we got next? Who's
Gabe.
Gabe.
Gabe, last name withheld.
Last name withheld, of course. This is actually on our old website. We've migrated to Squarespace. 1 second. I do have my consumption rag. Honestly, this is just so horrible. I'm just like, okay.
I just love that you live alone and you're just worried about spreading germs to your axolotls or something.
I think that's to muffle the sound for the podcast.
It's so I'm not constantly muting. I grabbed this for the show.
Really doesn't mute very much though.
I mean, when I lean off is whatever. I fumbled that one, but
it's the action of leading off, not the rag. I appreciate the effort.
I thought it would cover it up, and I wouldn't have to ba-boom, mute myself constantly.
For the listeners, if you go back and listen to our first Christmas episode where we're the cops and stuff, and I just burst out laughing completely because Pete called ahead or messaged ahead to be like, "Do you have a cutting board?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure I got a cutting board. I got a wooden one or something."
Very important. It's critical for the episode, guys. That you have a cutting board. Oh,
and then at the beginning of the episode, Pete takes 3 pieces of paper and straightens them on the cutting board, as if he's doing a press conference kind of thing, right? Which when you could have done on a book, you could have done on a table, you could have done on
table you had in front.
Yeah, you could have done anywhere.
We could have put it in post. There's so many things we could have done.
But just how important it was. At the beginning, Pete says absolutely nothing, just does the action, and I'm already in tears laughing because of the whole setup to it. I love it.
If I recall, the behind the scenes of that, I'll get to your email shortly, Gabe. I'm sorry. The behind the scenes of that is because I did not tell you that we were doing an act.
For that
episode. No. I wanted to see which what cop characters you guys would create, right? So we had Officer Danger and Officer Boobies or whatever.
Yeah. Boobies. Yep.
Yeah.
Ethan ends up calling me Officer Tits.
You were Officer Boobies because your badge number was 80081.
Yeah, you were 69420.
Yeah, I was 69420.
Yeah.
420. No, Officer Vengeance. It was
Officer Vengeance. That's it. You said Danger. I was like, maybe it was Danger Vengeance or something.
Whatever it was. Yeah. I'm sad that I did not have any ideas to write one for last Christmas because the creative writing aspect of that is a ton of fun for me. And then the short series that we had, the just improv character development of Vengeance going to prison and then being reformed on the way out was great. And Jamie moving to different more powerful governmental organizations.
Just getting
the head of Interpol
promoted ass backwards. Yeah. Those ones are interesting because like we get a lot of people in the Discord who says they really love them, but they also didn't like perform as well as just a normal lore episode. So I think you have to like love us already to kind of get into those ones rather than just be looking for lore.
I will say, like,
right.
To Peter's point, one of my favorite episodes to write was the Borlois episode where we did the fake history on each other. Where I do love that we all did like extremely varying degrees of creative writing in that too, and ended up going last, and I just went like fully off the deep end.
Yeah, that was fun.
But absolutely was one of my favorite things to talk about Pyotr Odanov and his humble Russian upbringing.
Yeah, on my radish farm or whatever.
Okay, as the one drinking coffee, we should probably get a little bit better at words to email ratio right now, so we can get through a few of these.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. As a concerning celebration. Anyway.
Yeah.
What's up, lore boys? Hope y'all are doing well. Found the podcast a few months ago and proceeded to binge pretty much every episode. Love the podcast. Love the jokes, trailing tangents. See, Jamie, like
this is what they love. This is what they ask for.
Yeah, the children yearn for the tangents.
I know. I love that they love it, but I also want to get closer than December 2022 in our email.
I know.
And it's only a tangent if Jamie keeps us on track. Because if we only talk about the bullshit past, then that's just the episode. So.
Love the jokes and trailing tangents that you guys get onto sometimes. I look forward to each new episode y'all put out. Anyway, I was wondering if there was any plans to go over the Lost Planet games. I think there's some interesting and fun things y'all could get into. If not, no worries. I'm sure whatever y'all decide will be great. Stay safe and keep it up. Well, thank you very much.
Peter, are we going to cover Lost Planet? Because they're mech games, right?
They are not mech games, but they are really cool and kind of wacky. So I feel like I read this email when it came in, like just marked it as read. 7 months ago, and I was like, "Oh, damn, dude, Lost Planet's a great fucking idea." But I want to replay them because I played the first one on Xbox, and you're just like on a snow planet, like humanity's trying to colonize this snow planet, and you have to shoot the indigenous life has like these like icy hot pads of like orange goo inside them, and that's how they survive. They're like these bug monsters. But I remember finding it so funny. It's called Tang. Because it's thermal energy, like as condensed. So like you're playing this very serious game about genocidal bugs warring over Tang.
But you got the fun, orange, not the vagina, but the orange drink, right?
Was there not mechs in it though? I had one of them.
There might be mechs in one of them. I played the first one, and just like I remember the setup being ice planet, hot bugs full of Tang. I was like, cool.
The vital suit. Or VS is a machine built into the combat to combat the Acrid of EDN3.
The Acrid, that's what they're called. Yeah,
I played it on PS2 demo disc. I think I used to get the
Xbox 360.
I played on 360. Yeah, I'm checking if it's on Steam right now. I'll just buy the motherfucker.
I used to love those things, man. The PlayStation Magazine with the demo disc, you could read about all the newest games coming out. Plus, you get to try out a bunch of little things. And I remember that's where I heard Blink-182 the first time. Don't Leave Me was on one of these snowboarding games, and me and my brother would just play the demo disc on repeat, watching a trailer of a snowboarding game to listen to Blink-182.
So there were
mechs
mechs in Lost Planet, and it was originally released on PC. So I'd be surprised if it didn't have a Steam version now. But fun little fact here: Lost Planet received mixed reviews on PlayStation 3 and PC, but more positive reception for the Xbox 360 version. I wonder why.
There we go.
That's a weird. Why did Xbox lovers like it more?
I have wishlisted it because it's not on sale and it's $14 Canadian. So if I replay this and still like it, you'll be getting your Lost Planet episode. All three of them are on Steam.
Nice.
My wish list on Steam recently crossed. I'm at 103 things on my wish list. So
crossed 100. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta buy something, dude.
Damn.
Nah, I buy too much.
All right, I'm gonna go on to the next one. This is from Lucky Hair 87, which sounds like a Microsoft Xbox lover gamer tag that was just automatically added to them, like Fragile Shark 84.
Hair like the rabbit, not hair like your beard hair.
Right, Lucky Hair is in a hare's foot, which has hair on it, but not that kind of hair. But
I actually have a Lucky Rabbit's foot in my freezer right now.
Very cool.
Good.
So Lucky Hair 87 says, "Hold up, just heard your Digimon podcast episode. Someone get ready to pull something up, please. Do you honestly think that Angel Woman is the most fuckable in the series? Gentlemen, please, need I remind you of Renamon? Literally the one Digimon.
How do I spell that?
I was already pulling it up. I have it here. Don't worry.
Oh, literally.
This is so one of the pictures on Google Images. A couple of them are very suggestive fan arts from DeviantArt. And then there is one that is a YouTube thumbnail that just has the words in big YouTube thumbnail bold, "Furry Awakening." So
yeah,
get ready for that.
Okay.
So this is the last sentence of the email. Literally, the one Digimon who was the sexual awakening for a whole generation of kids who may or may not now all be furries? Question mark.
Yeah, no animals are fuckable, but
did you pop it in? Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
The second pose is clearly a more suggestive pose of the two that I've sent you.
I'm sticking with Angel Woman on this one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna stick with the one that has the human body and probably organs.
Okay, now I'll tempt you guys with the DeviantArt. It's safe for work.
Okay.
I know you guys are worried.
The next one's not an email. It's just a title. Can I read the title?
I think this Renamon from the DeviantArt has a little like Lucario in it, or what's the baby Lucario or Lucario called?
Riolu.
Riolu, yeah. It looks like
it's just
like
the same
Lucario
thing, except they gave it tits and a dress and thicker thighs.
Okay, so I have
you say that like it's the same thing.
Pokemon. Every Pokemon generation now, since like people started getting like the original fans started getting old enough to be on the internet, and we can get this like Renamon degeneracy. There is always have your trio of birds, your bugs, your Pikachu replacement, and there's now always a fuckable one since Ruby. There's always the DeviantArt bait ones. You have like
Vaporeon was original 151. So
no, I thought it was Mr. Mime.
But that's true. There was two in the first generation.
Yeah,
he could.
He could jack you off with his mind.
Yeah. Help my prostate.
Can you imagine a mime like in a box, but the invisible box has an invisible glory hole, and it's like
the whole.
I was gonna say my prostate's trapped in an invisible box, and I was hoping that
there's your title for the episode.
I've gotten a few already.
Yeah. Next email, it's there's nothing in the body. It's just only a title. Enter the Gun-Gon lore, which I have covered since, so I'm happy to get you there, Orlando.
Enter the Gun-Gon lore, sent from my iPhone.
Yeah, he'd send another one if anyone else wants to grab it. But.
Dalek lore, Big Finish, and the TV show. Thanks, Orlando.
I'm not sure. Backwards, that's almost Khaled. Maybe he wants DJ Khaled lore.
No, the Daleks are aliens from Doctor Who.
Oh.
It's been requested a fair bit in the lore request channel, I believe.
Next one's a doozy, so I think we need a good reader on it. I think Ethan's a strong reader.
It was Zagrate. Zagrate was the first one to request the Daleks in the actual Discord channel.
Zagreat.
Zagrate or Zagreat, celebrity from the last mailbag, actually.
Ethan,
so Timmy.
Yeah, this one's a big one. So
Timmy, I'm going to assume that you did withhold your last name, and your last name isn't actually Stabbers, but it's Timmy Stabbers. I apologize if your name is.
If you look at the name at the email, it's a completely different name. So maybe they're using their dad's email though. It could be Timmy Stabbers.
Could be.
Yeah.
Says, hello, lore boys. T3 Key 1313 here. You may not remember me, but I donated $100 to your extra live stream last year. Thank you so much. You hit your first goal. You're welcome. Just kidding. Eliminating sick kids is a goal both you and I share, and I'm happy to help.
Thank you.
I've been listening to you boys for over. We'll do another extra life someday, I promise. I've been listening to you boys for over 2 years now, and just recently became a patron. I know it took a while, but I'm in the US, and times have been hard. They sure fucking have, buddy. Just wanted to say that you guys are awesome, and I listen to your podcast all the time at work. I listen to every episode at least twice. You're an absolute madman. Excuse me. While I'm driving my forklift. No shit, I really do drive a forklift. God fucking bless. Salt of the earth, blue collar Joes driving forklifts. Listen to Lore boys.
We've got a forklift emote in Discord now. It's common, yeah.
We've really cornered the forklift driver demographic. You know what I mean?
Every time, like early on, when people were like, "Who listens to your show?" I'm just like, honestly,
drivers.
Yeah, I was gonna say honestly, mostly just like white guys who get left alone at work for 8 hours straight. Like,
I found your podcast by randomly searching Diablo 3 on Spotify. My wife and I had just started playing, and I was bored at work. Honestly, listening to you got to listen to podcasts while playing Diablo 3 or 4, right? Like, it's the only thing to do.
For YouTube or something, yeah.
I laughed through both of your Diablo episodes, and I was hooked. I want to thank all three of you for giving me insight into many games that I would never have tried playing otherwise. That being said, I have a few fuck yous, capital fuck, capital Y.
Okay.
Fuck you, Peter, for making me sink so many hours into Warframe. Fuck you, Jamie, for reigniting my love of WoW and making me pay a monthly fee to Blizzard. And fuck you, Ethan, for helping me to discover D&D and becoming a DM for my friends and taking all my extra time in developing a complex campaign for them to play through. I mean, of the three of us, I'm taking the least heat here, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Like, pursue a
my
passion
game's
and
free.
a creative outlet.
Sorry about your time, right?
My game's good, so.
With the Warframe and the WoW, I was just like, oh man, we've ruined this person's life.
Thank God he's got DMing for a D&D group as a good creative and healthy outlet for him, right?
I had a wife, clearly.
Yeah, I don't know how you do all three of those and manage to have a wife at the same time. But anyways.
I hate it and I love it. You guys are amazing. I have made my wife listen to most of your episodes. God bless. And she loves you guys too. Granted, I have to go full Clockwork Orange with her strapped into a chair and her eyes held open, but it's justified even though it's an audio format.
Yeah. Lore Boys Prime cornea replacements, I guess.
Yeah.
Side note, I refuse to use Discord because that shit is for nerds. Fair, and God bless.
Absolutely.
I've also decided to not name, but rename my 3 children after you boys. My oldest, Peter, isn't too happy about it, but 14-year-old girls are always emotional, so I figure that she'll get over eventually. Anyway, keep up the awesome work, guys. Love the show. And like I said, you don't need to read the last part. This is too long, but wanted to send this email for a while now, and I finally got a day send it. No. Your humble
God bless that whole email. Yeah.
10 out of 10. No notes.
Good email.
Jimmy Stabbers.
Yeah.
Using his dad's email.
If you donate $100 to the kids, I feel like we could have even given you more. That was great. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Well, I'll do this one super quick. I don't think I got this request here. Tyrese.
Okay, you got to do. Oh, Tyrese, I didn't see. Sorry.
What?
Sorry, I was looking at the next email.
I will. But this was
Tyrese didn't say anything.
Tyrese, last name withheld, it just says, "Hello, boys. I'm a longtime listener, and I'm in need of a sort of favor. For an assignment for school, I'm supposed to find a professional in a field that I..." And then it just cuts off. Oh, fuck. It was condensed. Never mind.
In a field that I would like to go to, which is video game design.
Yeah, video game design.
And as I thought of it, remembered you guys.
Oh, yes, he did reach out to me. That's true. Remember, you guys have a hand in it, so I was wondering if I can get an interview with one of you. It could be a message discussion over Discord or a call if you'd be okay with that. If not, fine, regardless. I enjoy listening to the show every week and it comes out. Thank you for your time, regardless.
What list are you on? I'm not
You're all wonderful.
It's not starred, Jamie. Now, Peter, did we reply to this person?
I did.
Yeah,
and I do remember.
You did not. I replied an hour ago at 9:06 p.m. because I unstarted it and I said, we're not going to read this one on air. And here we are.
Oh.
Shout out Tyrese.
No, because I spoke to someone
Tyrese, hit us up on Discord next time. Sorry for not getting back to you.
I did talk to someone about getting involved with
somebody had contact. Sorry, it's just false memory because I didn't check the date, obviously. But
Peter, I went through and starred the emails that we're going to read. So you read the starred emails, okay?
I'm sorry.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
But someone had reached out to me and asked me about can we do an interview about game design? I was like, Ethan and Jamie don't work in design at all. Like, they're in the industry. At the time, I wasn't, of course. They're in the industry, but they don't do that kind of work. So it's just a clarification.
I talked to someone on Discord about. Yeah, this is settled. Yeah. This is settled. Yeah. So,
but shout out Tyrese. Thanks for the email.
Yeah. We pre-settled the email that Ethan sent this afternoon.
That you weren't supposed to
9:06 p.m.
Yeah.
we were on mic, and I think it was during the bonus that I fucking sent that email.
I wasn't tracking the time. Anyway, I've got Will, last name withheld, but it's a very funny last name.
You have to do this one in the accent because he even says, "Feel free to do your version of the accent."
Okay. Okay, just greetings from jolly old England. Two sides of the coin. Two sides of a coin on my question here. First, do you have any memories of any games, even that you didn't particularly like playing them, you carried on either to completion, or at least finished it because you felt obligated to, or because your friends have been talking it up, and because you played the other games in the series and you felt you had to play this one, or any other reason? My answer to that is Dragon Age 2. I've finished that game twice, and it sucks dick. It's an awful video game.
This is a great question, and I for sure have, but I am struggling to think of an example. I guess I would say like WoW expansions, like Cataclysm. I definitely got, and I would have got no matter what, and would have played through. But then like all the ones post that, I was not enjoying, and I would buy the expansion for $70 or whatever, and then I would buy a month of game time, and I would hit max level in 2 to 4 weeks in the month, and then I would cancel my sub, and I would just be like, cool, I'm done with that game. Yeah. And I every time I would say to myself, well, I'm not falling for that again, and then I would fall for it every single time. And now Jester's out there playing fucking retail WoW, and I'm like, god damn, do I have a fucking itch? I'm like shaking in my chair every time I see them. And like she's leveling a fucking Ellie Shaman too, like one of my favorite classes.
Yeah, with claws.
Yeah,
with claws. Yeah, and they don't have like the Dragonflight expansion even, but they're just playing like through whatever they own already and still having fun.
Yeah,
and Dragonflight's supposed to be awesome too. I've been tempted as well, but I'm waiting for hardcore servers. I'm trying to. I can play hardcore right now, and I've been tempted just to download it because they have all the mods, they have all the support. But I'm waiting for official because I know if I like hit the vein too early right now, that it's going to be less satisfying when it actually comes out.
I will say like my biggest problem is like finishing games. Period. So like. Yeah. If there's any games that I actually completed even though I wasn't enjoying them, like no, but there's definitely a lot of games that I bought even though I wasn't enjoying them or never would. I bought No Man's Sky and convinced a good friend of ours, friend of the show, Bobby, to buy No Man's Sky, even though it was like it didn't turn out to be my kind of game. Jamie tried to talk me out of it. I feel like I have 2 hours on record. Sea of Thieves, some friends bought and I picked up, and I was like, man, this is not the purchase for me.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to playing Guns and Icarus. Why the fuck are we in the water? Let's go back to the sky, motherfuckers.
Life is strange, I think, for me. Like I was okay starting it, but I wasn't that engrossed in Teenage Girl has time travel abilities, but the power of love is like whatever the whole. It was very like too high schooly for me. But someone at work really enjoyed it, and I had already like done like 70% of the game, so I pushed myself through like the last 30% just so I can talk about how it ended with someone at work. But
I will say like someone at work, and I wonder if it's the same person maybe, but Bruno once convinced me to buy Gris, and he said it was fucking fantastic. And I bought it 7 years ago, probably like when I first started working at the company that we work at. I've never launched it. I still have it installed. I will play through it someday, I'm sure. But I don't have a single minute of playtime on it. It's just installed on my computer, and it's been waiting. Like this is a new computer. I've reinstalled it at some point.
That's been his profile pic for like a very long time at work. Is like the face off of Greed, like that woman's face there. But
I played that through Family Share because I got the exact same suggestion from the exact same person just when we started the show, and I was meeting your guys' work friends.
There you go.
And I remember he was just like, "Oh, did you finish it? Did you like it?" I was like, honestly. It's just Journey, but worse.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very, and I think I would enjoy story-driven games. Like I wouldn't say shit on Oxenfree fairly often, but you've come out as saying like you're not a fan of Oxenfree, I guess, with like Turtle in the Discord talking about Oxenfree so much.
Well, I finished it. I did not enjoy it at all. I don't think I've publicly shit on it as much as I'll do it to like Bloodborne.
No, exactly. Like, you came out and said like, "Hey, it wasn't for you" or whatever, which I do think it would be more for me. I do really just like good stories like in games, so like I do think I would appreciate it. But
I shit on it because Turtle was shitting on somebody else's favorite game. I think it was like she was talking shit about War Thunder that someone was into, and I was like, "Oh yeah, what middle-aged woman doesn't know what she wants to do with her life? Wow, that sounds like a real fucking cool game." But, but I was only doing it just to stick up for whoever else was playing War Thunder, and in the end, we all laughed at War Thunder and everything. So it's
the funniest thing about War Thunder is the constantly leaked government secrets as because they're trying to get like somebody will be like, no, this tank doesn't rotate, the turret on this tank doesn't rotate this fast, here's these classified documents that we're now leaking out of China for that.
Insane. Yeah. All right, up next we got
this. There's a second question in this one. We just and then what was my accent? Reverse my previous question. Please, could you talk about any games that you would love, but you prize perhaps you got a whim?
So that's loathe, not love, because that kind of gets confusing in that accent.
Love. You love it so much. Don't you just love it?
Where you bought it on a whim or a friend had recommended it and you weren't able to put it down. I think for me it would be Dark Souls. I remember it being recommended to me, and like most people, I hated myself and the game for the first couple hours, but as soon as it clicked, and now I play, like, I'll play anything in the genre at this point.
Yeah, another good question. I hated Dark Souls when I first tried it, for sure. Again, friend of the show, Bobby, had it, and I played it with him. I was like, this is fucking stupid. I just keep dying. and I bounced off that game so many times, and then eventually was just like, oh no, this makes sense.
Also,
actually, sorry, to the first...
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, Battletech.
Yeah, like the turn-based one. I absolutely... It kind of has the same problem where you're just, like, underpowered and everything relies on dice rolls. The beginning of that game, I fucking hated. So I was just like, well, I'm just going to hate this whole thing. I'm so disappointed. And, like, in the end, like, 90 hours later, I was just like, okay, maybe I didn't hate it quite so much.
I'm going to jump back to his first question, because it's something I've gone on air as saying a lot, is that I don't like Doom Eternal, where I fucking love Doom. And I definitely bought Doom Eternal because I was like, Doom was fucking fantastic. One of my favorite games. I got 100%ed the single player achievements because I'm never fucking playing Doom multiplayer, but that's like, get that shit out of your head. But Doom Eternal, I completely bounced off of. Just was not crazy. I'll say, I don't know if I thought that I would loathe it. I've bought meme games in the past though that I was pretty sure like, oh, I wouldn't like, but I'm buying this for. There was a good while when we were trying to be more active on Twitch, and we would do like extra live streams and stuff like that. Yeah. Undertale, I bought as being like, hey, this is just a popular game that's going to be big, and like, oh, this is actually super charming. I love you, Colonel Sanders. I think was the same extra life where I was like, oh, this is just hilarious and very memey, right?
I remember for one that you turned around twice on. You loathed, then you were kind of having a good time with, and then you loathed again. Do you know what it is? Do you know?
No.
I have a guess.
Fallout 4.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There was a time in the middle where you were like, it was an announcement on the ponies. You're like, I like Fallout 4. And then the next time it was, nope, I was wrong. I hate Fallout 4.
Okay. No, I did like Fallout 4. I didn't like the main campaign. What I would say is I still like Fallout 4. I don't like the main campaign. I don't like that it made me build those things and just completely made me bounce off it entirely. Right. I loathe that one aspect of it where I would have absolutely finished that game and I would have given it a good recommendation. If it didn't tell me like, yeah, you got to go farm materials, then I would have beat that game and had a good time.
That's also like right before a pretty big reveal in the game too, which I don't... Like,
I think I know the reveal. I don't know if it's kosher to spoil Fallout 4, which probably came out 8 years ago.
9 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know if we can say it. But okay.
I know the reveal. It's
fast forward 30 seconds.
Alive and he's working in the institute, right?
He's the leader of the institute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. I remember the first time it happened because
that was also spoiled for me. So I'm also like, well, I know when I get to the institute what the fuck's gonna happen. So like, why the fuck am I gonna farm these mats? You know what I mean? Like I had no vested interest in finding my son because I know where he fucking is. I know he's there. I know I'm gonna find him whenever I get there. I think if I didn't know that, I still would have bounced off him. No, fuck this.
Right.
I hated the crafting as well. Like I did so little of it that I didn't have to farm materials because I had never picked up anything for the entire game. So every typewriter in Boston was still available for me to build my fucking teleporter out of.
Yeah.
Like they were just everywhere.
I've been playing again this week and having an okay time with it, but
I'm sure I could have found those materials so easily, but I was not spending 30 fucking seconds looking for one fucking thing to fucking disassemble. Like I was not like almost on principle. I was like, this is so fucking stupid that they would put this in the fucking main campaign. Put this in a side quest all you fucking want, and I would just avoid that side quest. To put this in the main story was fucking criminal.
Yeah. In the interest of time, I got Bloodborne. I tried 3 times to get into it. Didn't get into it. On the 4th time, played through it twice in a row. Loved it.
Yeah.
But too hard, get good kind of thing.
Exactly. It like all the Souls games. They just click eventually, and you're like, I get it.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, for me, it was the first one clicked, and then they all did. Except for me, I had the opposite with Dark Souls 2, which when I was playing with my roommate, we were having a gas. And then I have unclicked on that game, and you couldn't pay me to play it.
Right. Well, speaking of the Souls games, this next email,
I had the same segue set up for you, Jimbo. So go nuts on
it. Yeah. So we have Joel reaching out. And he says, "Hey guys, wanted to make a request for more Elden Ring episodes. I think the Lore Boys covered the lore perfectly, and it's a time killer for me at work. I'm also obsessed with Elden Ring, so that's why too. You guys do say a lot of the names wrong. It makes me want to punch my coworker, but I hold my anger back. Anyways, you guys are best at what you do, and I hope to hear more Elden Ring in the distant future.
I have heard that it's unhealthy to hold your anger in like that, so you should probably punch your coworkers every time we get anything wrong in lore."
Yeah, like if you don't like us, assault someone. Like, that's
I mean, when you put it like that, how can I say no?
Okay. But in terms of Elden Ring, I'd be happy to do more. We've done a lot, probably more even since. Have I done since? No, maybe not. Oh,
I can't be the one to tell you that.
I'm due to do more actually, so I should do more. I've been wanting.
You said do.
But yeah, do I do?
You said do.
He's just got a new toilet on the brain, right?
Yeah.
Maybe checking his clock. When can I get back to that thing, huh?
Listen to the bonus if you want to hear the full story on
my toilet story. Yeah,
it's great.
But anyways, yeah, definitely we'll do more Elden Ring. I probably want to like load it up and play again. I got to the fire giant and I beat it once just as I was dying. I beat it with my mimic. So I watched the fire giant drops to its knees and I celebrated, but then it didn't count because I died at the same time. And I just got so tilted from that moment. I didn't even really try again. I just dropped the game for months. But I should pick it up again and finish the game myself and then get back into it. I want to do like
fire giant correctly as well. So I don't know why you're on his ass. Pronunciation.
Do you mean Farragiant?
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
George R. R. Martin just fucking had our number. What can I say? He's a fucking mastermind, Machiavellian mastermind.
Yeah, he hasn't written a book since 1999. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I'd like to see anyone with a family tree be able to say all the names right. If like the only difference was 2 letters between like 15 different names, but yeah, not the best naming. I think I'm gonna blame the writer as much as I'm gonna blame us on that one. But
nice. Jamie, do you want to take the next? Okay, the next email is also a top 10 no notes email or a 10 out of 10 no notes email. So you take the one from Spenny Boy and just read it for us now.
All right, Spenny Boy says, "Would you rather have games, infinite games, but no games, or would you rather have no games?"
Now this is a very good question. I would rather say I would say I would rather have games, infinite games.
Oh,
but no games, and I would also not rather have no games.
I love the combination of the email address.
Yeah, there's no it's a worst hypothetical.
This is just the highest person ever.
All right, well,
yeah.
Shout out, Spenny Boy.
Let's say it again, so maybe if, for those who aren't looking at it, you can really process this. So,
would you rather have games, infinite games, but no games, or would you rather have no games?
No period, no nothing.
So
no question mark.
Our choices, we have 2 choices here, okay? We have games, infinite games, but no games. Or the other choice is, would you rather have no games?
Oh, I thought with the comma, if he uses the Oxford comma, that you would split it into 4. Like, would you rather have games, just games, a few games, infinite games, but then the but no games.
The but throws you off here.
Yeah. You can't get to the infinite games. Is my thing, right?
You can never have infinite games. That's the problem. So, like I said, I would rather have games, infinite games, but not no game. That's my answer to the question.
I agree. I kind of like games.
I don't want to talk to Spenny Boy anymore.
Logan, last name withheld, sends us an email with subject line, "I struck your ego," and my man knows how to get our attention in a subject line. He says, "Hello, boys of lore. I have been listening to this podcast for many moons, and it is still my favorite. I stumbled across it randomly looking up podcasts for lore, and the humor is what kept me around. Laughing out loud by myself is always a good time while at work. I hope all is well and that the lore never stops coming. No plans. I don't mean to just dump some ideas on you, but I've been scheming some episodes that might slap y'all's bottoms."
All right.
Starting off, we need more Lord of the Rings lore. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Pete just finished playing Shadow of War, so stay tuned.
Yeah. I watch those videos all the time, dude. The lore video, Nerd of the Rings videos or whatever.
Yeah. we're all here for more Lord of the Rings lore for sure.
I have some on my list already. Yeah,
it is whenever I talk to normal people in the real world or like family who ask me about my podcast, I always give them you've seen Lord of the Rings. Well, like who made them? It was an elf named Celebrimbor, right?
Yeah.
And like Ainu Iluvatar sang the universe into existence with a song. Like that's always, I always go back to Pete's episodes in my mind palace. I recently got through a giant binge of the books, and there's so much that happens. I would love to hear y'all's ideas and takes on everything. Next up is one my friend has been talking about nonstop, and that's actually the Animorphs, people who turn to animals and shit lore.
Oh yeah,
that is very high on my list of like ones that I would love to do someday, but I am terrified of not doing proper justice to because I never read the books.
Okay.
But again, I've talked about it before on air, but like the series ends with them like getting on or it doesn't end, but like towards the end, the last few books involve them like having the Animorphs having a spaceship and like going on a crusade to fight God or something. Like, a friend at work explained it to me one time, and it was balls to the fucking wall, insane. I am very wild to get there, and Logan goes on to say he's been reading the books and says it gets pretty wild. That's what I've heard as well.
Saucy was saying something about there originally being 2 authors and then it boiling down to 1, and I was proud of the joke that I was like, oh, one guy was a dude and the other one was a hawk, and eventually
it turned into a hawk.
you couldn't tell who was who anymore.
Come back, Tobias.
Yeah.
I know.
I've read a couple of those books when I was young, like elementary school. They were
we had them, and I don't think I ever read one. I maybe read one, but I don't know if I. Jamie gets so fucking heated when we're talking about fucking animals.
I was getting into it. There was a show too. I remember watching The Hawk and being like, dude, it's almost fucking past midnight Gremlins time. You got to get the fuck home, man.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
I remember one of the good guys was like a blue centaur alien monster who would turn into like regular animals, but at that time I was young enough where it was like in my head almost analogous to Beast Wars, but I didn't understand why the fuck this guy was trying to disguise himself as like a regular animal when his form was monstrous. Like he could not go between worlds.
Yeah.
I mean, it is up there on my list of things that I would love to do someday. That is one of those ones that I've had on a carrot on a stick for a long time. I'm like, oh, I can always do Animorphs. It'll happen someday, but I've never taken the time to actually like crack into it at all.
For your daughter's graduation, you can just give her a USB with the Lore Boys episode about the Animorphs on it.
Yeah.
Logan goes
plus 3% mount speed, by the way. Carrot on a stick.
Oh, only if you brush your horse every day. That's an ESO thing, right?
Yeah, it doesn't work on flying mounts though. Okay. Anyways, I'm happy to interrupt to give you that.
You're happy to interrupt with a very obscure WoW reference, huh? Cool. Yeah. Cool. Logan goes on to say some others may involve maybe Power Rangers or the Predators. Excuse me, lore. We've done Alien. We never did Predators. That'd probably be a really good one too. I'm sure Power Rangers would also be fun, but I'm also sure that Power Rangers has no lore behind it. I'm sure you scratch that surface and it is skin deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just tossing some ideas y'all's way. Anyway, I appreciate the constant chuckles and always look forward to cracking up. Please kiss each other for me. And I got good news for you, Logan, or Log for short. We're kissing each other and seeing each other next weekend.
Yep.
So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but Pete's not staying the night. He's getting us all riled up and then going home.
Yeah. No, I gotta be Kyle's designated.
Pete's edging us all night. Pete's leaving me and Jamie with blue balls. Can you believe
it? Yep.
The newest Predator movie, Prey, that is set in like the 1700s, kind of adds like some deeper stuff to it. So I think Predator would be a good idea now.
I think Predator will have a lot more lore than Power Rangers. Just,
honestly, Archie in the gang at one point. There's like the wildest crossover comic.
There is like a. And yeah, like there probably is that kind of stuff with Power Rangers too, where I'm sure there's like Power Ranger comics that like expand on the lore a little bit, but like probably not that much. I really feel like I feel like having done this show for 7 years now, is that right, Peter?
7 years.
2016 we started, right?
Yeah.
So 7 years now. I feel like we do kind of have a nose for like, oh no, that's not gonna have anything to it. Like, and like there's some stuff that you get surprised by where you're just like, oh, I'm sure this will have a ton of lore, and then you open it up, you're like, oh no, it's all dust bunnies and moths in here.
Yeah, Glover was just huge. Like they had so much, man.
Yeah,
that was the best.
They get the opposite sometimes too. Yeah, exactly.
No, it It was. I'm being sarcastic. A lot of that episode was then you bring the ball to this place.
Yeah. Because sometimes I want to do it for stuff like I grew up with and sometimes a kids show is just a kids show, and nobody did the D&D campaign leading up to like the Power Rangers episode that you love, right?
But there is the opposite too, where like Reboot was like, oh yeah, then also like they get thrown in season 3, they get thrown into a time vortex, and what's his face, the kid Enzo gets he comes back and he's like all butch and he's like missing an eye after like being in the Robot Wars or whatever. You're like, okay, this is crazy.
I just started reading Discord. You know that they were talking about if we had Sonic, Shadow, and Silver, which one we would each be. In memes chat, they were saying
good.
Avocado was saying Ethan Sonic, James Shadow, Peter Silver, maybe swap James and Peter. But then Jodo's saying Jamie Sonic, Pete Shadow, Ethan Silver. But I don't know.
Who the fuck is Silver the Hedgehog?
I don't know Silver the Hedgehog. I was just about to say the same thing. I don't know Silver the Hedgehog at all.
It looks like Shadow but white. It looks like Shadow but white instead of black.
They all kind of look like each other though, right? Because like Shadow is just Sonic but black.
Yeah. And then but Sonic is like Shadow but blue.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Fair to say.
Anyways, and then yellow is Sonichu, which I'll be Sonichu then, I guess. All right,
okay, you're just gonna grab that one.
Yeah, I'll grab that one.
Zap to the extreme, Jamie.
Yeah.
Okay, Pete, we got a great next email.
The no subject one from Clay, last name withheld. Yeah, it just says.
Did you just click it, Jamie? So what you're laughing about? It is great, right?
Hello, lore boys. I'm currently watching a house fire, and then a massive fucking photo of someone's house burning down.
A fucking
in the desert, in Arizona.
It is probably 1920 wide by like I don't know 4,000 tall.
It's a big picture
of just a desert with just a massive fire and a massive smoke cloud in the background.
Black clouds of smoke and someone's livelihood being burned to the ground.
Let's check the properties on this one.
Shout him out.
Oh my god, way to go, Clay.
Yeah. I really Oh no, okay, so it is 3,024 by 4,032.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Huge.
Oh wait, and then right below that, this is actually funny. This is a reference to my life. I really hope they didn't lose all their Transformers. I know you don't usually do TV show lore, but I would love Ben 10 lore. I love D&D lore, and I only recently found your podcast and I've listened to nearly all your episodes except Warhammer because I'm afraid I will like it too much and I don't need another hobby. Happy Canada, Clay.
Happy Canada. Happy Canada to you. Happy Canada,
Clay. Yeah. Great photo of a house fire.
Yeah, great photo of a house fire. 10 out of 10.
Hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh my god. That's the kind of emails I want to get. Anyways, next episode from Joshua says, "Greetings, lore boys. First, I want to congratulate y'all for 1 million downloads. Thank you. I've been listening. Yeah, we're 10-20% past that now too, so it keeps on going. I've been listening to you guys since late 2020, and I have not missed a single episode upon release. You guys have gotten me through high times and really low times in my life. And I want to thank you guys for all you do. I have a small lore request. Yeah, big hearts. Thank you very much. I have a small lore request that I haven't had time to ask, but I think it would be awesome to do lore of Power Rangers. That's the second time we've heard that. I don't know if you guys would be interested, but it's worth a shot. Sincerely, Porky. P.S. It's always freezing in hell, Michigan. Cool, yeah, Power Rangers. I guess we just kind of talked about that. Maybe there's something deeper, but... enough people have asked for it. Give it enough weeks in this podcast. It has to happen sometime, right?
It's got to happen eventually. Infinite time and all.
Yep.
Everyone I know with facial scars, unless you guys are going to correct me now because I just don't know about any of your scars. Everyone I know with facial scars was a fan of Power Rangers and got it from a coffee table.
My brother got a facial scar from a coffee table. I'm pretty sure we were running after each other in a circle going around the table, and I jabbed him, and then he just went down right on the corner, and he's got like the bridge of the eye going down onto his cheek scar.
Oh right, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, and my dad loves to tell the story that I was crying more than him in the hospital room because I felt so bad about my little old brother because we were very young. Yeah.
You're such a pussy, bro. having fucking human emotions for somebody else. Your dad was right, dude. You should have fucking bullied him more when he was in the fucking hospital getting stitched up.
Yeah, flicking stitches. Like.
It's like what a fucking real man does.
My dad doesn't know what a real man does.
Yeah.
You know, does lawyer stuff, gets divorced. That's man stuff.
He's got practice with the divorce, I gotta say.
He's got practice at his practice, too.
3 times. This is the day before the weed day. This is the day before, dude.
Oh, shit. From Sunday, April 16th.
Oh, wait.
Inosuke says.
Wait a second.
Jamie getting so fucking stoned on April 18th.
Yo, 418 blazer, dude.
The guy does have bud in his email, okay?
Hello, Oscar Mayer clones. I listen to your podcast often, and I know you guys hate that all we be wanting is Halo stuff, but I was wondering if you could do an episode on elites, like how their colors and ranks work, and what happened to them after the peace treaty was signed by the RB, presumably the Arbiter. Your loyal listener, Heckboy23. That would be a Pete request, I think, because we have shoehorned Pete into doing all the Halo. I've loved all the Halo episodes we've done so far. As a big fan of the original trilogy, I did always enjoy when we did them, but ultimately was never motivated to research one myself.
Yeah, I don't like any of the super deep past stuff because it's all very stupid. It's like stupid, like Dune fan fiction. It's so stupid. I don't like the deep past stuff. The Ancient Aliens layers go too far and too deep, and Bungie's writing generally is bad because they're just like the darkness versus the light. But the alien races themselves, I know we did an entire episode about them, but like an elite focused one would not be a bad idea. I'm not opposed to that in any way.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it a bit before or not before, but like we were talking about it just earlier today or something. Jamie jokingly said like, "Oh, we were trying to think of he was trying to think of what episode to record for." I'm gonna say this week, but at time of listening, it's probably not this week.
Yeah.
But
time unconfirmed. Yeah.
Some week at time unconfirmed. And he jokingly said like, "Oh, maybe I should just like pick a universe like Ethan does and steal all his Warhammer 40K episodes." Like, I don't know how serious you were about that. You're very welcome to do Warhammer 40K if you want, because I would love to hear it too from your perspective.
I want to like specifically do the ones where you're like, oh, maybe next week I'll do this, and you have it in your mind, and it's continuation of your last one. Like just like jump in, like wherever your sentence ended, just jump in there and like basically cuck you out of it. But.
Good luck, dude. Good luck. But like talking on the Halo episodes, I'm like, Pete, like I would love to do a Halo episode too, but it does feel kind of daunting at the same time. People are like, I'm not going to go back and listen to what. Like I know what I've talked about on episodes that I've written before in the universes that I've done, but I'm not going to go back and listen to the episodes that Pete did on Halo.
I did like 6 Halo episodes
to figure out what we've already talked about. Like that's insane.
I started a Fallout one today because I did write a script today, and I started the Fallout one. I was going to do like how specifically about super mutants and how super mutants came to be, but then I remember we kind of talked about the FEV virus and then I went and looked back, and then there was like 4 Halo episodes or 4 Fallout episodes. I'm like, which one was it in, and like where do I jump in? And I don't remember anything.
That's so you just I know we talked about this literally like 3 hours ago. We were talking about this. But I just remembered when you did your Vault episode, when you did the Vaults, you were planning on doing another Fallout topic, and then me and Peter were like, Peter did that one. Peter did that.
It was Lord of the Rings, wasn't it?
It was Rings.
You were watching Rings of Power, and you were
specifically like the Second Age and the rings and everything.
Jamie was so excited. He's like, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about that. Me and Peter were like, we've done that. We've done that entirely. Like, what are you going to talk about? Because we've talked about all of that. So
so that is daunting. We need someone to get better at the wiki of the wikis. Like, tell us what we've done. Someone write it all down. Make a small summary of every episode and put it on a wiki somewhere.
Yeah, I still don't. Other than Elder Scrolls, I don't think we cross-pollinate very often at all, because every time someone does Elder Scrolls, we usually get a second one because we all get like
Pokemon. We have you and I have anyway.
Pokemon as well. But I mean, that was easy. You did one, and then I was like, I'll do one too. It was like, cool. And it wasn't like 5 years apart, right?
Yeah,
do that again.
We've done more than one though.
But I like the blending of the real world, like that.
Am I crazy?
The Pokemon.
Have we done only 2 Pokemon episodes? Is that real?
Two.
I just
Pokemon.
typed Pokemon into Google as though that would bring up the Warbox Pokemon episode.
We for sure we did. You
I'm
did.
drunk, guys.
You did like the gods or the creation or something. And Pete did the fossils, like
I did the
real life
fossils
fossils. Yeah,
just as an
I
excuse to
gotcha.
talk about neat animals. Yeah.
yeah. I have a funny story about fossils. I want to tell you guys, but off air. It's not a show friendly one.
Oh, okay.
What did you do at the museum?
Okay, we are the only show on the internet that has a single not safe for work story about fossils.
Yeah. Anyways, is it my turn?
I think it's Peter's turn to read Jason, and there's 2 Jasons here.
Jason.
Yeah,
Jason.
every time I work, there's one guy I work with named Jason. Every time, because all the testers are so memey. Every time it's just like, "Hey, everybody, how you doing?" It's like, and it's just like, "Oh, hey, Jason." Jason. Can't fucking help it.
You gotta play Heavy Rain at least the first hour because you'll get the Jason stuff, and then you'll find out more about the Origami Killer. I think you'd really enjoy that, Ethan. I think that one's. I know it's on your wish list.
I like it a lot.
There you go.
Big fan.
My wish list is over 100.
Yeah.
On there, so maybe I'll play it someday.
Someone buy it for him.
All right, so Jason, who if you want to dox, is emailing from don'treply@wordpress.com.
Get him. Get
Go
his
for
ass. Send him the go. Subscribe to our Patreon. Listen to the ode to Duckfoot, or what was it? Jonah Feet.
Oh,
the duck.
Jonah Foot the duck.
Jonah Foot the
yeah.
duck, and then send that email to do not reply wordpress.com.
Please. Yeah. Anyway. Hi, boys of lore. Hi, boys of lore. Long-time listener, first-time emailer. I noticed that I'm one of the fellas that you talk about on your show with some frequency. Myself being a strange forklift operator. Okay, yeah, I remember this arc in our story.
Okay,
Everybody.
Jason says being the strange forklift operator. We already covered on this episode that we have several. You're a dime a dozen, my friend.
No.
Yeah.
If anyone thinks we're talking directly to you through this podcast, through secret messages, or
We are.
however, we are. Everything.
Copper wire in your building.
Everyone.
There's microphones in the copper wire. Steal it all.
The messages are true, and if no one else hears them, it's because they're not as smart as you. Okay.
There's microphones in the meat in the freezer. You've got to get it out.
Yeah.
Ice pick. Oh my god, we're just gonna like kill an entire generation of forklift operators?
Schizophrenic forklift operators.
Yes, exactly. And with my regular appearance on your show, I feel it's only fitting that I make a lore request, or rather a lore update. Warframe Part 3, Pete. If you're still playing Warframe, so much new content has been added. You could cover the rest of the story. You could cover the Warframes themselves, whatever you want. E-Tune Polymer. Hit us with more Dungeons & Dragons lore. Acerak and or Venka would be good choices, or alternatively, you could finally do a Beholder episode. Jambo, Baby, Boobala. Why did I get a fucking nickname?
You're just fucking Pete, aren't you? You're just fucking basic bitch Pete out here.
Hey, Boobala. Hey, give us more WoW lore. I never played.
WOW lore.
WOW lore. I never played, but I live vicariously through you. You never call.
Honestly,
anyway.
if I could bottle the passion I had for classic WoW in 2019 and like apply that type of like wanting to do anything, I could accomplish it. I could be an astronaut by now, I think. Like all I wanted to do was play that game. Yeah.
It turns out that playing WoW is easier than being an astronaut.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Turns out it requires a lot less work.
I would love to see somebody who wants to like do a marathon when hardcore comes out being put in that fucking whatever that machine that just goes around the centrifuge, exactly. Just like some guy with like the Cheeto dust like melting off of him in his seat.
Where's the art for this episode?
Yeah. And that usually like with all the extra WoW fat to your face would just be like shifting off to one. Yeah.
You'd look like you looked when you were like young. Like with all the fat pushed back, you'd like de-aged to when you were like a teenager, right?
Right, there you go.
If all the stands, I can't stand no more.
The croissant under my neck, exactly. We're gonna turn into Popeye. Anyway, and he finishes. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say / request. Love your show, and you make this forklift driver's night an enjoyable one. Well, we are happy to do it.
You can do the next one, Pete, if you want, because it's again Jason, and it's your episode.
Yes, I will say I would love more Warframe lore. I really enjoyed the episodes that we did. The 10-0 and all that stuff was super great. And Acerec. I was thinking about Acerec and Vecna just recently because I'm playing through a campaign, and Vecna just came up as maybe one of the big baddies, and my character is almost assuredly going to die in the next few sessions that we play. So I'm thinking about playing somebody sworn to kill Vecna. So I'd be super down to do either of those.
Yeah, Warframe, because the story is done. Or the story that the original story is complete. I've been wanting to cover it. I could not tell you why I haven't. I guess when I was playing it, I was like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna do an episode about this, but then there was bigger requests that kept kind of piling up and being more relevant. So it's for no reason have I not done it, but it's on my personal list that I keep on my phone. So when I'm whatever, trying to decide what I'm gonna write, I can kind of refer to quickly. Yes, TM.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yep.
And then his second one, he says, "Hey, it's me again. I was listening to a Moonlight Greatsword episode, and it for some reason got me thinking of Soul Sacrifice. And I was thinking you should look into the lore of that. Do it, you cowards. Bet you won't. Yours truly, Forklift Guy." Thank you.
Yeah, I googled Soul Sacrifice, and all I got was the song by Santana. So you're doing the lore of the song by Santana.
Okay, we'll do it.
I have never heard of this video game.
Action role-playing game developed by Marvelous AQL with assistance from Japan Studio and published by Sony Computer Entertainment for PlayStation Vita.
It's a Vita game. That's why no one on Earth has heard about this.
I really have never ever heard of it.
Hello, boys. My name's Glenn, and I'm an Amazon driver from Rhode Island, which doesn't exist. I've been listening for about a month now, and about 100 episodes in. Oh, that's very good for a month. You guys are psychotic, and I love it. And it's kept me sane while while I'm delivering packages for my ancient robot overlords. My favorite episode is the Santa Claus lore.
Oh, we were just talking about Lieutenant Vengeance. Wow, I'm glad we got there.
Well, I hope makes a return at some point and had me dying. He liked your improv work there. So hope you boys keep up the good work and are doing good. And you can throw that on a piece of corn. Thank you very much.
We just fucking might, huh?
Thank you very much,
Glenn.
Now, just remember, it's if you pick up one of those packages, it's there's a bomb in it. Deliver it anyway. So now we can pill our Forklift guys and our Amazon delivery guys all at the same time. Mailbox.
Dude, I recognize the profile pic for the next person.
Yeah, I was thinking, I just read through it. So Avi, last name withheld, says, the subject line is check. This email, in quotes, with an exclamation point. Really reads like spam in a lot of ways, but I clicked this and I was like, I do recognize this profile pic as well, this PFP. Dear Lore Boys, okay, I wanted to email you for way several episodes. This email, it's for this email. Winky face with the big open mouth. Email with the Lore Boys. You're really enjoyable. You're really sounding like a sex bot, you know?
Yeah.
I discovered your podcast after you've been going for a while, so I'm able to binge. Earsec. The ear sex is so good. Winky face with tongue out. Curious what your girlfriend really thinks, Avi.
And Avalon being someone who's come up in our moderation chat being like, should we time out for horny on main? Because they're getting pretty horny in Discord. Yeah. And so far it has not crossed the line. But
is that Avalon? Oh, it is.
Avalon.
Because the next email is from Avalon as well.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same thing. Okay. So the next one is so the Avalon shout out. You did put this on our WordPress as well. You continued after ear sex. The ear sex is so good. Curious what your girlfriend really thinks. I like your voices and your dynamics among each other. There's a bit too much nasty boys moments for my taste. A little bit of nasty on occasion equals yes, please, versus beating a dead horse with constant nasty equals no, thank you. But that didn't start from the beginning. So I was already hooked before you went, Sirs Nasty. That's us, Sirs Nasty.
That's all of us. Yeah, the plural. Wow.
Capital S. IRS, capital N, ASTY. Sirs Nasty. I have made some online friends who stream their games, and I've started RPG the last few years, from Kirby to 40k to Magic. The lore you deliver on such variable spectrum is impressive. Thank you for taking the time to do that voodoo that only you can do.
Wow.
Thank you, Avalon.
Thanks, Avalon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Avi.
Oh, another Glenn's
back.
Glenn. Should I take it again? So go.
Yeah, you just go, dude.
Okay. Hello, man. The name's Glenn back again. And I'm like,
the name's Glenn. Hello, man. The name's Glenn back again.
I love the
fantastic opening to an email. 10 out of 10, no notes.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Hello, man. The name's Glenn back again. And I love the podcast. while I'm delivering packages for Amazon to creatures who deserve their own lore. My own complaint is the amount of drinking I have to do during the mailbag episodes because it makes the job way more complicated.
Here you go, dude.
But I'm sure any officers I'm into the lore law takes precedent above the state law. Of course,
True. That is true.
Yeah. They always
In
let me.
Minecraft.
They always let me go, of course, because all officers love the lore boys. It's a requirement. Yeah. Well, we have they know about Lieutenant Vengeance up the ladder there.
Yeah, he's their hero.
It's funny. All officers love the lore boys, but all lore boys say ACAB.
Yeah.
It's a real love-hate relationship.
I was just thinking of like the thin lore boys line, where it's just like that like the black American flag with just like our banner photo there, keeping society at bay.
It's just like the thin line, but just a bunch of dicks coming.
My headset, by the way, has been beep booping at me for a little while. If I disappear for a minute, I just have to unplug my mouse to charge it because I have too many things. Right?
It'll be easy to click more emails with your mouse unplugged, right?
That's why I'm just letting it beep boop until we hit the end here. But anyways, we still got quite a few left. Next up is I don't know if you want to take it, Pete, from Matt Freeman.
Pete, take Matt.
Hello. All right, Matt, last name with L. Thanks, lore boys. Hi, guys. I've been in and out of the hospital for a month and feel generally awful, but you guys rambling has helped keep me going. Hope you guys are having fun and keep making stuff. Thanks, Matt. Happy to do it. Whatever makes.
Hope you're out of hospital.
Yeah, that too.
At this point.
Oh,
you want me to take Avalon's next one?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm always worried when I see Avalon's name. I'm like, what's gonna happen?
I'm not pre-reading this one, so I'm not sure how it's gonna go.
Okay.
Avalon says, "Okay, this is pre-sake email."
Okay, so Avalon, notoriously, I don't know much about them. Loves
horny on main
sake. Also horny on me.
Yeah, and usually drunk and horny on me. Yeah.
Why not both? Okay, no, let's do.
Yeah,
I tried before, but didn't put it in right address. I did do the thing I found on your website, so you may have heard from me before. I really like your podcast. I like your different personalities and how your dynamics are so cheerful amongst your group and so fucking funny. I like how you mix it up, different people taking turns leading, and how it's a different lore topic each episode. It's interesting to me how you revisit topics, but it's spread out well. Your patterns a different take on things, and that's fresh. We're only like halfway through this email, and I gotta say, the pre-sake was a good choice. This is a much less horny email. I'm just going to continue reading here. Also, the ear sex is really good. Oh no! I figured out Jamie's voice. So Avalon in the Discord one time or at some point did go off saying couldn't tell our voices apart super well. I figured out Jamie's voice. I tried to use the introduction to sign off, but it's so fast. Ethan and Peter sometimes sound similar to me. It bleeds together. I'll take it as a compliment. One of your voices is often deeper timbre than the other one. I don't know who. I think Peter. Yeah. But I can't nail for sure yet if that's Peter or Ethan.
You've been hearing my sick voice for 9 days now, Ethan. So maybe it's just recency bias.
I thought of sex play analogies for your voices. Good.
Why?
And it's like a blushing, smiling face, a blushy, smiling emoji. Jamie's light and fluffy voice is feathers.
All right. Well, feathers fall as fast as bowling balls. All right.
In a vacuum.
In a vacuum, yeah.
Now I just have to figure out beyond doubt between Ethan and Peter who's velvet ropes and who's honey.
Oh, Lord.
I did think of a silly recommendation for Game Lore. Your Discord is awesome, so fun crowd, good times. But I'll leave this recommendation here as my Avalon out. Pong Lore. That's another Power Rangers. There's nothing there.
I was going to say, though, there's definitely nothing there for Pong, but we probably could do a crazy episode about, shit they tried to invent in an afternoon just to keep the USSR from killing them, right?
Yeah. Remember my episode on Snake, dude? How Nokia and Snake had a parallel?
Yeah, I guess there's
pinball.
There's no quote heavy air quotes lore, but there's definitely real world history behind Pong. Yeah. I don't think that way, guys. I'm a lore purist. Guys. Jimbo, you want to get Glenn again?
Yeah, Glenn's back again. Hello, boys. I'm now consumed all 632 football fields, which is the area code for the phone numbers we were using earlier. Interesting.
Not the area, whatever the next 3 numbers is called.
Oh yeah, the municipality or something, whatever that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hello, boys. I've now consumed all 632 football fields worth of content in about 4 months. It's very good, and I believe I can give an official review. I rate this lunacy you boys call a podcast 100 Phyrexian horrors out of 10 gobs of corn.
Thank you. The highest accolades.
Yeah. This also may be my third email on the same lore bag, which
There is.
might make me seem crazy.
No, it's your third email in the last 4 emails on this lore bag.
Yeah. But I want to assure you the 3 custom body pillows were gifts and not my idea. Anyway, I request Captain Key's lore from Halo because he's a Chad whose entire protocol is ram them. Also, we need a boy Nomicon fool of all the boys canon, preferably made out of human skin. But I understand if that's unreasonable. Someone can make it. I won't.
Jamie was just asking for the wiki. Like, if you guys make the wiki, I'll fucking pay to get it printed for a fucking $99 patron subs.
Yeah. Either way, you guys never fail to make me laugh, and you deserve all your success and more. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honestly, shout out, come on. Never worry about sending too many because we got only 2 fitty emails coming up in a little bit.
We got.
I've got the one from Jules here.
Is this a real person?
Yeah, so this is the one that before the episode even started, I said we got one good one that I just pre-read because I assumed it was spam, but it's not.
Their email is even wild, and it's like a picture of like a girl, and normally girls don't like to listen to us. Yeah.
But yeah, so we've got Jules, last name withheld. Howdy, I'm listening to the latest Gears of War episode, and as I type at work, very funny, by the way, thank you. And y'all mentioned the bombing of Laos. I just wanted to share this podcast about Laos, including the horrific bombing by the U.S. Share it if you like, but I mostly just want to share it as much as I can because the true awfulness of the U.S. war since World War II. We talk about this constantly.
Wow.
Is so often downplayed that it's only good to remember the full story of every intervention, in quotes, is much bigger than it's typically spoken of. Anyway, keep up the good work, Canada bros.
I love this very intelligent like business lady who's telling us to check out.
And then the link Lamau on Spotify.
Wow. Awesome, Jules. Thank you very much.
I mean, yeah, so this is in reference to the fact that the U.S. during the Vietnam War dropped like 2.5 million bombs on Laos. And I looked up the stat again. It's an insane statistic. It's equal to a plane load of bombs every 8 minutes, 24 hours a day for 9 years. Yeah, a plane load of bombs, not one bomb every 8 minutes, a plane load of bombs every 8 minutes for 9 years. Yeah. It's an insane amount of bombs that the U.S. dropped on Laos.
So I had no idea it was about the country Laos because in the email it was written Lao, which I don't know if... Yeah, so I was just confused there. I thought it was completely fake, but it was like, we do rail on the U.S. government for their foreign policy constantly.
And it seems like Lao is the language, might also be like a cultural... The Lao People's Democratic Republic is sometimes what Laos is referred to, what we would call Laos.
Okay. We got 8 left. Do we want to keep going? There's a few long ones. I think we could finish it tonight. I don't know. You guys got to play? Yeah, we got 8 left. Okay.
Only my bed.
All right.
Yeah, it's 11. I'm going straight to bed after this.
Cool. I guess I can hop on the next one.
Sure.
Is it Hello, Mr. Boys? That's next, right? Yeah. Hello, Mr. Boys. So this is from Matthew. Dear Boys of Lore, I feel very weird writing this email because I've never really communicated with internet people, and I'm fairly behind your current content. I first listened to your Salamanders 40K episode and then moved on, but I've recently resumed listening from the beginning. And I got a boring factory job that allows music, like everyone. Yeah.
Called it.
Yep. Since then, I've listened to you guys while I saw Rubber for 18 hours. It sounds like sawing logs is going to sleep. Rubbers are for calling them.
Sawing Rubber's having sex, right?
Yeah.
This guy's fucking 8 hours a day.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it's
Gatorade.
It's monotonous and he's bored, so he needs us in his ears.
I also love the fact that he's sawing rubber. It's just like, yeah, we did an episode about the Congo where we talked about like the rubber trade. It's like, do you work for the Dutch king?
Yeah. I am really far behind. Ended my shift today with the SCP Dr. Bright episode, but I do have requests if it's not too much to ask. I would really enjoy an episode about Marathon. Bungie's Pete as prototype in Halo in the 90s, but Pete's talked about Marathon on our bonus. Is that that's Anthem? What's Marathon?
Yeah, Marathon's the shooter that Bungie made. It's the Doom clone they made.
We played it in computer science class with Dennis Chastic, if you recall, Jimbo.
Right, I remember playing
Tron. We played a lot of Tron. Yeah.
Tron was sick.
A lot of 2-player Tron. Yeah.
Cut people off with your motorcycle beams.
Mm-hmm.
Marathon's on my list. I think it would be cool. You'll be shocked to learn that Anthem is not on my list.
Yeah. The terminals are really interesting, like the I Am Hero terminal, the story of Garrett White and Hangar 96, sorry, I got completely distracted for a second. I was like, "What?"
A real Mitch McConnell moment out here.
Yeah, I was thinking of
You've been a bad kitten. Ethan turns up the vibrator, turns up the remote.
That's your episode, Art.
My brain was like, "There's a coffee place near me that has a number in it, and that number represents the temperature of water for when you need to make coffee. Is 96 the number? Is the temperature you use to make coffee?"
I just like quantum leap into Rain Man's body.
My coffee's definitely hot. 96 degrees. 96 degrees.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Water burns, baby.
Yeah. And Hangar 96 that I think about every now and then. Also, the interconnection of Bungie's games is really fascinating. Dr. Strauss is a character from Marathon in 1994 that is mentioned a weapon description in Destiny 2. I like that. I also recommend Iron Lung. Its cosmic horror is really intriguing, with a lot left open for interpretation. But I'll always love more Warhammer, BattleTech, and Magic lore. You'll get at least one of those over time, and probably two.
I think about BattleTech a lot. I just don't know where to go back to. I actually beat Iron Lung 2 weeks ago because it got really popular real quick for bad reasons. It's like really short and really cool. I really did like it. I don't know what kind of lore there is. I know, Jamie, you had Googled like the SCP for Iron Lung or whatever. I didn't end up looking into it, but Iron Lung is very cool, so it's a solid recommendation.
Yeah, it seems very cool. Jamie, I see you're typing an email to him. I already replied. Don't hit send.
I already sent it.
You just got to double, my friend.
Yeah. He said, "Sorry for rambling. I really like your podcast, and I have weird interests. Thanks for keeping me sane at work. You don't have that weird of interests. There's a lot of us here with similar interests." And,
yeah, all those were great ideas.
Yeah. And he says, "P.S. Please let me know if you plan on reading this out." And you got a response from both Ethan and I. I think Ethan first. So,
yeah. I just sent him another one, which says test.
Oh, perfect.
Just make sure he got it.
I haven't been doing our classic auto replies.
Oh, true. We completely forgot about that episode.
Oh, wow.
RIP. R.I.P. You can scroll back through. So next one we got from Discord celebrity Mr. Avocado.
Of course.
The subject: can I get a ... Big Mac with no tomato? Hey boys, I'm listening to Mailbag number 4 at time of writing and just had to get in on it. Thanks for the video James knowledge to poorly telephone to my friends. Would love some Dark Cloud, which you were just requesting this, I think, 2 days ago. Imperial Guard Lord, Cadia stands. I will do Imperial Guard Lord someday, I promise.
What I said in Discord, I think Fantail told me to take it back. As I said, Dark Cloud is just Link or Zelda, just with less interesting gameplay.
Right. Yeah. That's what you guys were talking about.
And yeah, so them's fighting words. And I think it's true. The way that you play Dark Cloud is you get to a new zone, and then you have to go through a dungeon that has like certain levels, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on every level, you collect all the gear that you can, so you get the new zone's gear, and you unlock things that like build your town in that new area. And then once you get all the way down to the 5, there's a boss level that once you've gotten all the buildings and you've gotten all the gear, you fight the boss. And then you go to the next zone, which rinse and repeat.
Yeah, but is there lore? Like, I get the gameplay is boring, but fucking BattleTech gameplay is fucking boring too.
There is,
Like,
yeah.
Is there lore?
Exactly.
Not told well through the game,
Okay,
if
there
there
you go.
is.
So it's just it would be something shitty like a Dark Souls or an Elden Ring, our most popular episodes.
Yeah, maybe. I just feel like it's not as popular. Elden Ring.
I
Elden
don't
Ring
think Dark Souls
was-
would do as well as Elden Ring
No.
in the year of our Lord 2023.
Elden Ring, by the way, was like the best $80 I spent from the Patreon just playing that game in week 1 and recording, because it is even now still some weeks like outperforms episodes as they come out. Like, it's crazy how much people are into Elden Ring, man. We should just become a FromSoft podcast because we'd have a bigger following.
Oh, dude, speculate about Armored Core 6.
Yeah, Vadi Vidya in shambles. Lore boys are taking his spot, man.
Yeah, but we're also waiting for his YouTube videos to come out so we can do our episode, right?
Yeah, do our research.
Right, guys?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the next one too, just because it's semi-related. Hey guys, it's Jodo180, another celebrity, and I'm going to say semi-related because they say my younger brother recommended you guys for me to listen to at work, and I was the one to convince him to become a patron. Big ups to him because y'all have been helpful keeping me up to date on things he likes, Magic Warhammer. Seeing as he gave me some good advice, what is the best advice you ever got from a family member or close friend? I've gotten a lot of good advice from my dad over the years, and one that really stands out to me is what he said early on. My dad was an entrepreneur always. Like he basically, like, I have like business cards from him when he was in like 7th grade. He started his own like printing company essentially, and was just like chronically an entrepreneur. Like refused to work for people late in life after like he'd like closed his last company, thinking he could retire, and then like they had some like bad fortune essentially, and he had to like go back to work. He got like a really good, really high paying job from like a friend of his in construction, and just like completely bombed it because he refused to work with other people or work for anybody, like could not handle it, like chronically entrepreneur. And he told me really early on, like, don't be afraid of debt when you're in business. Like if you're starting your own company or you're working with your own, like, personal debt is its own thing, but like business debt, just like take on all you can. Don't be afraid of it, because like it's a business at the end of the day, and like if it closes, it closes. And like I've never started a business myself, but it's kind of like a mindset, I guess, that I've taken of not being afraid of things which like seem scary. Like do think about them, think about the actual implications, look into what the actual like impact or effect of those things on your life would be if things go wrong, and don't be afraid to snap into those things, I guess.
Yeah. Trying to think of like exact words I've gotten. I'm moved out of my mom's and dad's like fairly young, 16 and 18. I lived with Ethan for a while, and I think those were like, living there was a really good time for me. But also like just kind of learning to, it gave me a safety net while I was able to kind of learn to manage my own money. And ever since like I've been 18, I haven't needed to ask to borrow from like, well, I borrow money for school and stuff, but it's not the same as like asking my dad, like, hey, I'm out of money, I need this or whatever.
You borrowed from a financial institution for school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which I almost paid back.
Manage that debt yourself. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been from a young age super financially independent, and I've always kind of, sometimes to a fault, being like, well, no matter what, I can take care of myself. And I sometimes need to accept help on certain things or ask for help on certain things.
Sometimes it's just so easy when somebody else give you money.
Yeah. Yeah, or like when I'm installing my air conditioner, maybe I shouldn't be by myself standing on a chair like jamming it in. Maybe it's okay to ask my neighbor, hey, can you spot me for this kind of thing or whatever, you know? But like at the same time, becoming very self-sufficient from an early age is good. And I think something that your dad also said too is also like, just look out for yourself. Like, not like fuck everyone, like be nice to people, but like you got to take care of yourself, and like always make sure that you got your nut at the end of the day, kind of thing. But,
yeah. Jamie's always getting his nut.
I'm getting it and giving it, brother.
And then for me, my mom definitely told me never send the first email, is how she put it, which is basically just like don't burn bridges. Like if you're feeling emotional, don't send the first draft of a reply, which is also like I notoriously not on social media that
Peter,
much. I've never
Peter,
used Reddit.
all these people today have sent the first draft.
We don't know
on.
that.
What are you
We don't know
doing? You're
that.
just putting them on blast here.
Glenn and Avalon got some practice in at least.
Yeah. But no, it has served me well, like professionally.
Yeah.
I've always gotten jobs just through referrals because it's like, oh yeah, I mean, like he doesn't like freak out in emails, like never send anything inappropriate. Even like when I'm quitting places is when I get the most polite, even if I fucking hate it, right? Yeah. And then you just like, never send the first email. It's just like, it all she meant is just stop and think. So it keeps you out of like pointless conflict, especially in like our social media age. Twitter notoriously is everyone's first email, and that's why it is a cancerous cesspit and always has been. Basically, because it's just like it allows fucking celebrities, right, to send their first email, and it turns out a lot of those people are fucking morons.
So Avo, consider that all brotherly advice from Jodo,
the Lore Boys,
via the Lore Boys.
Take on a bunch of business debt, look out for yourself, and don't send anyone any emails. All right?
Yes. No communication.
I think that sums it up. Next up is from Josh. Josh says, "Hey, Lore Boys." Josh, or Regulus Sauce from Australia here. I do remember Regulus in the Discord. He, him. Just listened to Mailbag number 4 today, the day it came out, and thought I'd finally send one myself. Fingers crossed, it's not another year wait.
It's a month wait. Or like almost exactly a month the last time we're recording, so you got lucky, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever the time zones are in Australia, maybe this came out already. I have no fucking idea.
Stopping halfway and giving a chance to people to write in. This will probably the soonest anyone will ever get one, you know?
Yeah, straight up.
You're lucky we've been having so much fun this summer that we need to like pad out the release schedule with people's emails.
And we got 300 episodes. And we got
that's true.
Yeah, we honestly could have turned this one into 2, but I'm happy to get them all done. I've been listening for a few months now, and I've made it through a majority of your episodes at this point on my commute to and from work. I run a gaming YouTube channel, Regulus Sauce, and your podcasts have been getting me hyped to make videos on different games you talk about. I'd absolutely love to see an episode on any or all of these games, Divinity, Original Sin 1 and 2. I started 2. I would enjoy 2 more.
I'm honestly so surprised I haven't talked about Divinity yet on an episode, honestly. So
I want to play like a multiplayer session, like get a few days going. If I'd say it would be fun to do together, Ethan, but you might already know the story, and plus it's hard enough to get together for just normal stuff. But
yeah. I'm definitely down to do it sometime if you want, but
yeah.
More like you got to start the game and I'll hop in with you, no problem.
Right, cool. Ark Survival Evolved. I haven't gotten into it, but there's a lot of folks on the server who like it.
Yeah, big one.
Dying Light. I think I have that on PlayStation and never.
That's the one where you parkour away from zombies, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have that. Okay, yeah, we could do that maybe. Dungeon Keeper and Crisis. Keep up the. Did you guys play those?
We've talked about Crisis a fair number of times. My first the first PC I owned myself was like advertised as like a Crisis ready PC, and it came with Crisis.
That was the game. That was the benchmark game back in the day. If you could run Crisis, you could run anything, kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah. And then Dungeon Keeper, I've seen a bit of gameplay of. I watched a friend of ours from out east, who I only know online. You know him from school, Ryan. Mm-hmm. Play Dungeon Keeper on Discord one time. Cool. And that's like the extent of my knowledge with Dungeon Keeper.
Ryan is an awesome guy, and you know what? He's in the business of clam
farming. He's a clam farmer. I know that.
So that's it. Whenever we finally make our clam juice, we have our
we clam bona fide clam farmer.
Yeah, on the East Coast, right? Pete had to take a break, but yeah, Ethan's gamer friend and my school friend. I was dating someone for a while, and this was like in her friend group, and I ended up like not keeping in touch with her, but very much keeping in touch with Brian because he's such a cool guy. And he listens too sometimes. So, if Ryan, if you listen, hello.
Hello. Next we got the man with fitty names. Kyle says, "I love your, never stop." All caps. Pete, we are fat. James, hot dog man. Miller, my sweet boy. Ethan, you have had my brain cell for far too long. I'd like my turn, please. Y'all may have been punching up to Steven Seagal monetarily, but in my opinion, your content is a Pringles can. Cock, all caps, to his button mushroom. I wanted to bring a hot take. You're so drunk, Fiddy. I love this. I wanted to bring a hot take. IDGAF on what y'all cover. The boys put out a Kamigawa lore app. It's like someone opens a fire hose of radished up cocktail sauce with just enough shrimp to keep me happy. That's not to say I don't find magic fun or interesting. It's just that at the age where I had to make a choice to get into magic, I chose the Food Network instead. #Flavortown. Thank y'all for being the only Lord pod in my stable. Besides that one time I found an Apex pod because Jamie chucked me. And I only continue to listen to them because they live film in my town. Signed, Fiddy4, Juicy, Raw Dog McGraw, Hot Dog Man Jr.
Yeah. So you haven't been a lore boy if you haven't gotten a drunk message from Kyle. I remember I did Apex and I got like walls of text of what I did right, what I did wrong, things else I could have talked about. There's hot dog facts. We've bonded on that, and there's been so many hot dogs, and we're gonna get to them because I looked ahead and we got hot dog stuff ahead of us. But next one's a real big one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can take this one. We didn't schedule a break, so I did have to go pee.
Wait, is this? Oh no, I want to take this one because this one has the guitar and I tune my guitar for it.
Oh, perfect. Go for it.
Okay, yeah,
beautiful.
What's up, boys of lore? This one I actually read ahead while I was playing God of War, and it made me all feel all warm inside. It was a very nice one. What up, boys of lore? I just wanted to say I appreciate everything that y'all do. I found the podcast by scrounging for Elden Ring podcasts as I was finishing the game. At this point, I've listened to just about every episode, I think, and now I'm trying to decide whose skin I would rather live inside. That's a joke, FBI agent. Unless... you guys remind me of me and my closest friends. We all worked at GameStop together, and even though we've moved on to less predatory professions, we still play D&D together on a regular basis. Peter, did you ever find any absurd combos while working at GameStop that hemorrhaged money from the company?
Oh yeah. We had one where you would get like a $1 bonus for trading in games, but the system would the way it was doing the math was wrong. So one guy ended up getting like $400 in store credit by bringing in 10 games or something like that. And like we abused it until they fixed it because like obviously when you trade it in, it's automatic. Yeah. Right? Like it's in the system. Some vampire somewhere has added like your $2 trade-in price for the rarest game on earth or whatever. But the way the promo was calculating itself every single time, it wasn't exponential, but it was the way it was calculating things was just like it would take the full price and take a percentage off of that instead of off of like the trade-in price. But then those kept stacking. So the bonus was calculating off of the new discount total. And yeah, one guy came in with just like, I'm just going to rotate my PS3 library and like bought the fucking farm. Basically, he just like showed up with like all cash and then just left out. But yeah, that was only when there were bugs. Otherwise, we would just buy stuff from customers. So the trade-in price was $7 and just be like, hey, listen, we're going to sell that for $40. I'll give you 10 cash and you can leave it right now.
Beautiful.
Nice. Yeah. Anytime they had a trade pre-owned promotion, my friend Nick and I, I'm speaking as Connor here. Nick and I would find out how we could exploit it. One time there was a trade boost for interactive figures, Infinity, Skylanders, Amiibos, etc. And you could buy 3, get 2 pre-owned interactives. So you buy 3, get 2. If you applied employee discount and trade boosts, as well as pro membership discounts, you can trade in 5 and buy them right back and gain like $20 in store credit. So they found the infinite money glitch. They got so much store credit for basically nothing and it made our numbers look awesome. GameStop.
I love the idea as a like manager. I love the idea of going into like an OpEx meeting and people just being like, this fucking store's crushing it. Honestly, great job, guys. Your margins are out of this world. Like, and just be, like hacking the system.
Yeah, GameStop is really such a dog shit company. No idea how they're still around. Ethan, I joined you in Parenthood 4.5 months ago, and I'm pretty sure my babby could beat up your babby.
Okay, hold the fucking presses here, dude. You want to come to me with your fucking rinky-dink 4.5-month-year-old and think you could beat up my girl? My fucking 10-month-old daughter, who's in the fucking 95th percentile for fucking weight and height, she weighs 25 pounds. She can fucking stand on her own. She fucking crawls at like 6 miles an hour. Like, you're out of your mind if you think your fucking 4.5-month-old can fucking come for me and mine. Okay, Connor? Get your shit together. Get your house in order before you fucking come to me.
Abby's a big, strong baby. It's true. I wouldn't want to mess with her even myself.
She's got 4 teeth. How many teeth does yours have? Okay, she's got all her fucking chomping teeth. She'll bite.
Yeah, and they've been sharpening her nails. She's ready.
This is a non-regulation baby with the sharpened nails.
Yeah. Jimbo, I have an uncle who's also called Jimbo, and it's Borloy's canon that you're my Uncle Jimbo. I'll be your uncle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, my siblings and I are convinced for years that he was a secret agent, but now I realize he was a podcast host who really likes World of Warcraft. Makes so much more sense now. Yep. I knew cover. Yeah, I knew I would be a fan for the first time I heard y'all talk about Protest the Hero. The first time I heard Turn Sudas to the Sea, I was higher than I'd ever been at the time with my stepbrother and his best friend. I think it broke my brain because I felt like that song went on for 30 minutes.
I mean, the outro repeats.
Yeah, and I remember listening to what's the third song? Divinity Within. Yeah. And the last part, there's 2 guitars that are trading like ascending and descending scales, and as one reaches the peak of the scale, the other one hits the bottom, and they're split to the left and right speakers. So you got like these 2 opposite waves going on, and I remember just like realizing what was happening and it blowing my fucking mind. Also in a similar situation,
all the pieces.
Yeah. I've been a massive fan of theirs ever since, so much that I got Split the Sky Asunder tattooed on my arm. Very cool. It's okay, I have muscles now, so it's not quite as cringy. Nah, man, I've almost...
Bro, I got a big old tribal on my back. Don't talk to me about cringy tattoos.
And
I always forget about that, but sometimes I can see it on the back of your neck. Oh, yeah, just above the collar.
Yeah.
Much to my chagrin.
Yeah. Anyways, with the delay and stuff, I can't quite get it down, but that's a great song, and it ends with "No woman is a whore."
True.
Which back then, it was a big stance to have in the mid-noughts.
Right.
But anyways, that's Turn Sudas to the Sea. I used to be able to do it. The whole opening, but like the whole shebang. But now I'm old and don't have big muscles. But anyways,
very good. I got one from Clayton.
Sorry for the long-winded email. I just feel the need to express my gratitude for the podcast. I have an hour-long commute one way to work. Hang out with y'all through the airwaves makes it go by much quicker. Anyway, lore boys. Any views or opinions expressed in this electronic communication are solely those of the author and do not necessarily represent those of Missouri Western State University. The university also accepts no liability whatsoever for the loss or damages incurred or suffered resulting or arising from James's voice.
There goes our lawsuit, boys.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Connor. And off to you, Pete.
Sorry, I didn't know that. I thought you were going to end the email with the guitar.
It's a long one.
I had switched to my turn. I also like to think that is the Lore Boys is officially endorsed by the University of Missouri.
Yep.
Missouri.
Missouri. I had fun enough, Alan.
I'll be dead in the ground before I recognize Missouri.
That flag only has 49 stars. All right, just one request from Clayton, bad guy in Disney's Tarzan. I love your show. Listen to every episode. I especially love the Soulsborne related stuff. Thanks for the good work to keep us laughing. Quick request for you. I know you've delved into it a bit of real world stuff in the past. Tom Clancy, Steve Seagal, etc. I don't know why I read those out of order.
Did we do Tom Clancy ever?
I did Tom Clancy, yeah.
It was all.
I remember that one specifically because that one was one of the...
Oh, it's the Dr. Seuss art. I do remember that, yeah.
Oh, the places you'll Guantanamo. I think it's the title.
Guantanamo.
And I was just like, oh, that's good. That's a great episode title.
I do remember by the art better than I remember the actual episode.
Yeah. I know you guys like to do a great story too. So have you given any thought into checking into the story of Tom... Oh my god! Of Tom DeLonge, yes, of Blink-182 fame. Pretty standard skateboarding, guitar playing, teenage stuff, but in his later years, evolves into UFOs, meeting with the Department of Defense officers, naval generals, CIA interrogations, clandestine locations, and even WikiLeaks. It's a fascinating story, and one that I think would be fun as hell. Anyway, thanks again. That might be a great idea because
it's very relevant, like this week too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That guy came out from a high-ranking officer.
Clayton sent this last Saturday, so like it's
that might be it. But yeah, like especially the current UFO stuff is so funny because obviously like the lamestream Greedia is like posting headlines like the U.S. government just revealed they have alien corpses and no one cares. And like what actually happened was like one guy wearing like his formal congressional do-rag like went up there and was just like, they had alien bodies and we recovered stuff. It's just like one kook who just did not show anything. There's absolutely no evidence whatsoever. I am a notorious UFO poo-pooer. They don't have shit. It's that I know there was like a Pentagon report where they just lost $6 trillion. It's not in the UFO program. Like it's not that.
No, dude, the guy's coming out. He's gonna tell. He can't tell us, but he's gonna tell. He's gonna whisper it in Congress's ear, and it's gonna.
Okay, guys, we got one email to round us off, and God damn it if it isn't fucking Fiddy again. Okay, so Pete, please click the link. Please, you have to look at the email to really appreciate what is going on here. So we have up top, and this will be included in the episode.
The title
for the patrons.
Don't forget the title is "Cursed Hot Dog Facts and Headlines." Yeah. So there's a few different things.
So we have a picture of a warning sign that says "Notice," red background with big white letters. It is considered bad manners and harmful to your taste buds to put ketchup on your hot dog within the city limits of Chicago. That's true.
The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council of America does say if you're under the age of 18, it's okay to put ketchup on your hot dog. But if you're older than 18, like it's childish. You should put mustard relish.
Grow the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Shove your hot dog up your ass like a fucking adult.
Yeah.
Okay, now we just have headlines, and I gotta respect the copy paste, not matching formatting, just like the original formatting for each of the headlines. So we got Junkie.com, Glizzy meme explained. Straight men are now sucking off hot dogs thanks to the Glizzy TikTok trend.
Oh my God.
Hamburger, this one from Independent.co. Hamburger and hot dog unite to create the ham dog. It could be coming to the UK.
So
ominous.
When we had incorrect buns on like barbecue night when I was growing up, you'd have a hot burger or a ham dog.
Oh,
where like a ham dog was like a hamburger bun, but like you cut the hot dogs and just like have a little like log cabin row.
I grew up with loving parents, so I never had that.
Oh. My dad just like locked all my Bionicles and Transformers in his house and then burned it down in front of me.
I mean, in my single mom,
you roasted hot dogs with the over the fire, right? And then put them on a hamburger bun. Yeah.
And some guy was taking a picture of it and sending to his favorite radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I growing up with a single mom, I had hot dogs with not an actual hot dog bun, which is like normal bread. Like bread, wrapped around, bread, it would be we'd only buy the hot dog buns if we're like making an event of it, you know. Like
so, I always had hot dog buns growing up. Again, I had loving parents. But then, so I would go to friends' houses like Jamie's place, who had didn't necessarily love them as much, and they would serve hot dogs on just like bread, like slices of white bread, and I always found it so like absolutely grotesque, like horrific, right? And now in my adult life, if you put butter and toast one side, it's identical.
Yeah.
And my problem was not with the fact my problem was not with the fact that it was a slice of bread. It's also that like I don't like untoasted hot dog buns. Like I don't like a hot dog and just like a plain old hot dog. You know what I mean? I just find it too dry. I don't got enough spit. I don't got a spitty mouth.
I always toast my bread when I do the folded bread hot dog currently. Like it's been a while, but yeah.
You know what I wanted today, and I don't think I've ever done it, but I thought of it today, and I really wanted to do it. Was to make like a PB&J, but like a grilled cheese, where you like butter it and heat it in a pan, and then like just like it would be like a crunchy, like savory, but like also like sweet in the middle.
Fried peanut butter is a thing. Fried peanut butter, I think, was Elvis's favorite favorite meal? He
Yeah,
said fried peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah, that's a shit yourself to death meal. I think.
You would do something else though. It was like he had a weird thing. It was like
maybe pickles, fried peanut butter and pickles.
Yeah,
maybe?
it was like he put peanut butter on his hamburgers or something like that. Like it.
Put
Anyway,
too much peanut butter on his butthole. He couldn't poop out of it.
Yeah, you continue. I'll find the Elvis sandwich.
We've got more. Wienermobile name change, not cutting the mustard with Twitter. People have a beef with Oscar Mayer for ditching the name of the iconic hot dog shaped vehicle after 87 years. That's from HuffPost.
Journalists,
I found
get the opportunity to write a headline like that once in their life, and I'm humble if they die.
Nutritionists recommend a limit for hot dogs, and it might shock you. This is from the HuffPost. The journalist's name, according to Fiddy, Lee Wingus. Eating a hot dog could take 36 minutes off your life, study says. This is CNN. This is all the proof you need that CNN does not know how to do true journalism, because there's no way every hot dog is taking 36 minutes off your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's no way. That's not science. Nobody did science on that claim.
Joey, like, oh yeah, okay, come on.
Joey Chestnut ages a year in a single competition.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck are you talking about?
By the way,
Joey Chestnut's going back in time to kill his parents with the amount of hot dogs, the amount of time he's taken off his life eating those hot dogs.
Elvis liked a peanut butter, banana, and bacon sandwich. That was it.
Oh, the bacon's weird. Peanut butter banana is fucking S tier though.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oscar Mayer renames iconic hot dog on wheels to Frankmobile. ABC News Go. Suspicious hot dog buries roll of quarters near Redwood. Now I don't know what that means. This is realweird.com. Clicking that one to read later.
Me too.
Nancy Pelosi's daily hot dog isn't her weirdest food habit. NYMag.com. Good.
All right. Did you know wiener dogs, Dachshunds?
Yeah.
They're one time 6 of them got loose and mauled a lady to death.
6?
Six Dachshunds.
She was on death's door.
Yeah,
if 6 of those dogs can take you out, you weren't cut out for this life.
Yeah. I read the article and apparently some of them could be considered a mix, but I'm like, really? Like what?
This one's mixed with a fucking Bernie's. This one's mixed with a Leon burger. Like it's just a fucking Leon burger that's 15 feet long. Like,
this one's mixed with a rhino. This one's mixed with a rhino, and it's just like armor plated, and it's got a big old nose.
This one's mixed with a harness with a back mounted auto turret.
Boston Dynamics, like murder dog.
This one's a mix with C4.
Wow.
Like the fucking CIA cats. Like,
the CIA cats are so good. I was thinking the Dachshunds or wiener dogs, like as you breed them with larger dog breeds. It's like when you size up a rectangle, you have to add to every direction, so they increase like in volume.
There's one in my dog park, and it's a wiener dog Doberman, and the mom was the wiener dog and died giving birth. And
it's a horrible story. But
the dog is awesome. Its name is Hulk, and it's just like this short, thick, super jacked like wiener dog that's come all black. And he like fights with the big dogs, and he's like 50 pounds, but like Ice is like weighs less, but is way bigger. You know,
he's like a Vienna sausage instead of a.
I mean, my mom's old English bulldog is like 70 pounds, and it stands 1.5 feet tall. It's just pure muscle. It is as wide as it is tall.
Yeah, Huskies are pretty lean and mostly hair, so they look bigger than they are. She's like only 45. But anyways,
cool. Damn, 2 hours, y'all, and no ad break. What a lucky day for all you fortunate listeners who actually enjoy listening to us drunk and reading your emails. Yeah, I've been Ethan. If you like the show, recommend it to your friends. Maybe don't start by recommending this episode. But thanks so much to everyone who sent in an email. Always a blast to read. Always, it is great for us to also bridge to an episode when we're not sure we're going to be able to fill a week. So super appreciate it, and looking forward to hearing more from you guys in the future. Maybe we'll do an Extra Life this year. Who knows?
Yeah, it's still
we're up to date on emails too. So now it's on you to put in the work because we need to talk. If you like this,
let us know.
It's still July, so if this comes out in early August, it means that we didn't get our shit together and record an episode. But if this comes out in like mid to late August, then things went well. But anyway, I guess that's it. Do we say goodbye?
Yeah, do you want to say who you are? You want to plug the Discord? You want to plug the Instagram? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a weird episode.
At Lowrise Podcast on Instagram. Thank you for the 1,000+ followers now. Turns out getting verified on Instagram is $20 a month, which is fucking wild. So that's too bad. But otherwise, yeah, keep it coming. I know I do want to shout out specifically. A lot of people send me memes now, but there's one account who I followed back, who is just called He Who Fish Posts, and he just sends me pictures of fish and with a little comment that says, "This is a neat fish." And I was like,
"Hell yeah, I like that."
I love that kind of shit.
I like
those are neat fish.
Yeah.
I'll also take a quick moment to shout out Hobbiton, who just posted in general like 6 minutes ago that it's their birthday. Happy birthday, Hobbiton!
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
And if you want to get in the Discord to see these types of birthdays, just go to discord.gg/loreboys. Thank you to Ciros. Thank you
and
to
the Throngler.
Throngler.
Be thronggled.
For the boost, helped us keep that boost.
Came in with a clutch Throngle this afternoon to get us back.
Yeah, he thronggled hard. Yeah,
saved our discord.gg/loreboys, and also you can usually find this stuff in the description below. Yeah. Cool. It's almost midnight here, guys. Holy,
gosh, it's so late.
Yeah,
you guys want to do the real episode now?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna die. You had a coffee at 9 o'clock at night, my guy.
I'm only getting into my first beer too. I had sadly
a spritzer and a half.
Yeah, I wasn't drunk enough to sing confidently.
3 beers and 2 gin tonics in, and I got a baby, and it's midnight.
Oh boy,
that would constitute Lore Boys.
Lore Boys. Oh, goodbye.